PowerPet is a hybrid physical-virtual companion providing both a virtual and tactile experience, intended to support focus and emotional regulation, all without the cost or limitations of owning a real pet. We started with the exoskeleton, figuring out the ideal size and shape of the animatronic. An armature was the simplest yet most effective design, placing the pet on the end effector. We also settled on just 3 motors, a stepper motor for turning, and 2 servos for tilting up and down to look at the user.
Then we wired up the motors to the Uno Q, utilizing the Arduino side of the board. Using the standard Arduino libraries to set the articulation was pretty straightforward. After that, we went to Target, got a plushie, and put its head on the end effector to make it look friendly.
Once we had our working animatronic, I started working on the virtual overlay. Using the dimensions of the physical plushie as a reference, I made a bunch of character designs and created the 3D model of the pet in Maya. I also made a bunch of interchangeable meshes of different facial expressions, creating an easy way to animate the character during runtime by swapping meshes. We also designed the eyes as movable textures, allowing the pet to look around and focus on points of interest.
We then created a WebXR environment that superimposed the virtual pet onto the physical plushies. We used the Quest 3 hand tracking to provide visual feedback from nudging to petting, utilizing squash and stretch. We also designed a dynamic follow feature, implementing a simple heuristic that turned the pet towards the user. We used the microgesture to allow the user to toggle this feature with a simple thumbs tap, removing the need for physical controller for user interaction, while also providing a path down the road for more behavior triggered by other gestures, like thumb swipes.
We used the Python side of the Uno Q to create a socket I/O server that relayed messages between web pages and its Arduino side, allowing us to use web APIs, such as the Gamepad API for game controllers, Web MIDI to control it using MIDI instruments like keyboards, use Bluetooth controllers like the Mudra Link that act as a mouse and keyboard, use web-enabled smart glasses like Brilliant Wear combined with the Kuso wristband for meta-like micro gestures, use other web-enabled smart glasses that contain motion sensors which provide orientation data, or web-enabled motion modules you can strap around your wrist, or even smart insoles like Brilliant Sole, which is great for puppeteering, allowing you to move the animatronic by slightly moving your foot.